Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, the 1 hour per day build. This is part 9. I'm your host, Zerberus, and Insane Mayor, of course. Open a beer quick, and yeah, cheers, and let's get started. Today, we're going to see if we can't, basically convince our industry to start moving over here. I think there's enough space for it, which also means we're going to want to tear this out and probably turn it into another turbine. As we can see, the Umbrella Corporation is flourishing. So yeah, let's let things run quick and get a quick what is the story now. Traffic is at 69%. So how exactly are we going to want to do this? We may want to keep this little chunk of industry. Not entirely sure. Most of this is going to end up being commercial long term. So, and I'm hoping that by extending the industry over into this area, we're also going to slightly alleviate the traffic issues. So first things first, we tear this junction out. And create space for a second turbine. It's almost too close to the other one, but we don't really have any other choices. Except, of course, to build something ourselves. Yeah, this is just slightly bigger than we want it to be. The important thing is not so much this industrial area, as it is to preserve the Umbrella Corporation over there. God, this thing is huge. But it'll fit in there. Okay, the Umbrella Corporation will just get new roads. Just bulldoze these. Give us the room we need to see if there's any hope of fitting this in here. We can go one more. Go turbine to turbine. In fact, we'll actually cut those back one more as well. And that way we can go all the way up in here with this. Make it look at least halfway reasonable. Oh, it's elevated. Ah. Thank God we get a refund for this. That's what the issue was. And by seeing how much I'm deleting now, you can see why we didn't want to build this ourselves. Now that looks much more reasonable. Okay, so we now need to take this 2-lane that's coming up here. That's 2-lane one way, right? Yeah. Yeah, that pylon's okay. 2 into 3 into 4 so that they can properly use this. In fact, we could actually go so far as to make this a 2-lane off. No, we actually wanted 2 lanes off. And 2 lanes straight. Much more interesting is going to be this connection straight ahead. Since all of that is going to be commercial long-term anyway, yeah, we're going to want 2 lanes here as well. So that means we get 4. To 3 to 2 coming in. Yeah, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work. Take this one out completely.
Apparel. Italian leather. Italian threading. Pernu is Italian for jean jacket. We take the second best of Milan and with an appropriate markup, bring it to you. Just because you don't have taste.
And this section is probably just going to be 4 lanes straight through. Yeah, because there's no real chance for anyone to do anything other than get in the lanes they need to.
Deep Thought, thanking you personally for joining us at the Deep Focus channel.
So now we'll add those turning around lanes. That I'm such a fan of. Okay, so now that's connected back up. Time to build ourselves an industrial zone. Is there really not like a 4-lane one-way industry road? No, there isn't, so we're gonna have to do it with these 4-lane one-way roads. We don't actually want to go that far, at least not quite yet. No, we don't actually want to do that. Rule 1, you want to get your traffic, or my rule 1, one of the things I try to build by is that you want to get your traffic out of your roads before you take other yeah, exactly, so why am I doing it like that? Jesus. Yeah, you want to take traffic out of your road system before you put it into your road system. That said, my anarchy isn't quite the way I wanted to do this. Oh, it'll actually work without anarchy. That's awesome. Thank you. There, that's the way we want that to run. Well, if we don't want to go up, then we'll go down. Because again, eventually this highway is going to extend around over to the other side, so. And then what we also need is one coming out from this side. And we'll also go with a tunnel. So that connects them up to that. And we'll also connect them up to this highway. Bit close to that other node, but it'll work. At least I believe it'll work. Yeah, I don't need it that way. Don't need to do that back there. At least not right now. And we'll actually have another set of 2 bridges coming over this side. Oh, that's right, wrong button. Always helps if you push the right button. So yeah, now we just have to figure out which part of our industry to evict. Or more like evict first. I think we're going to evict them first. Just realized I probably should have zoned that as industry before I started evicting people. So yeah, let's do that. Offices on the outside. Actual industry on the inside. That was a fail. And now we can start kicking the industry out over here. Is the watch it mod off? Did I turn that off? somehow? Oh, left alt W. Okay. So that might have happened that I just... Oh no, so that's not the watch it mod. So which mod was it then that gave me... Was it the show it mod? Good question. I think it was actually the watch it mod. But I honestly don't know anymore. All I do know is it's gone. Whatever it was, whichever mod it was that I had up here, I seem to have pushed whatever keys are necessary to, well, yeah, get rid of it. But yeah, I don't think that's anything that's gonna really cause us any major grief. 1 second. Just got knocked out of the chat. So, I'm back. And yeah, we will knock out our industry at least up until this district border, which we will now also, whoops, extend to properly encompass this road. And we also need to rezone all of this to commercial. We'll do that with the marquee tool. Hoping that the industry is just going to resettle to over here. Did I just still see industry in there? Yes, I did. Ooh, no fair. Well, will you let me? Yeah. And obviously we're eventually going to move these incineration plants and landfills. Actually, we're eventually going to replace these all with transfer facilities. But for the time being, we'll still leave these in here. And then we'll probably like put a park in here or something like that. So commercial demand is 0. Industrial demand is... These are connected, right? Get in from there, get in from there. In fact, we need to pop those up to 4 lanes. I don't see any reason people should not be moving their industries over here. The demand is there. space is there. But they don't really seem to like it for some reason. Oh, it was already set to 4 lanes, that's why. Okay, now they're starting to come in. Okay. It just took a while to adjust. And this will be extended, of course. Thanks, Chirpy. That was really exactly what we needed right there. Just for you to come in and say, hey, I'm here too. Now with the road network is now, I think, starting to be, well, here, in here, of course, yeah, we still can't handle that huge amount of industrial traffic on those roads, which is exactly why we plan on splitting up our industrial area a little bit. Seriously, they're not connected to water? Oh yeah, I drew in the lines, but I never connected them to anything. Umbrella Corporation. Good for absolutely nothing. That said, that wasn't really their fault. That was the mayor just completely forgetting to order. Don't you guys have an incineration plant, like, really, really close? Apparently not close enough. Oh! They don't have a road connection anymore, that's right. Kind of forgot that. Kind of forgot to give them their 1-lane gravel roads back. In fact, we'll actually add. That's far enough away from pumping. For the time being, they'll get their own incineration plant as well. Obviously, we don't need our waterworks to be screwed over by not having trash taken out. And yes, I know hooking up a gravel road to a highway is generally a really bad idea, but remember, this is only water storage, water pumping, fire, police, the only people that have any reason to come back in here at all, with the exception of a few people, a few office workers back here, and that's the important thing. Offices create no traffic. Yeah, nobody has any reason to come back here. So this actually should not be too bad. How's our overall situation look? We're at 67%. They're having problems with workers. That's in part also now a public transport issue. We need to start putting in some public transportation.
Fault Tech cameras. If you want the best, you have got to go big. That's why our cameras are the biggest on the market. Our shutters.
Is this one going to be the next one? It has to be emptied, yeah.
Cameras aren't paperweights. They're tools. Tools used
but again, as soon as we get more of the industry out of there,
is the one that you're afraid to
And
take
almost more
outside
importantly, start
all day.
providing some public
Only the
transportation
best.
so people can get to work. And then again, we're going to expand
We're all
residential
here
over to
working
here
together
anyway.
for ourselves a
So
future,
that's probably
and
the
I
best
know
thing
it
to
can
do
be
right
easy
now.
to lose sight of your goal. It's hard to imagine, but one day
What's the
you'll be
story
looking
on
back
money?
at
Yeah,
these
we're
times
starting to
fondly,
lose a little bit of
securing the
money.
fruits of
Well,
the
not
short
lose, but
hour you've spent
not
studying.
make as much as we could be.
Here's a little something to set the scene. Let's all share a little nostalgia for the past that's yet to come.
In fact, we're going to come off even earlier. So we can leave a little later. And there's also going to be residential on this side, but there we'll just have a road popping over the top connecting these two, and just have the extensions for this side just going over to there. Oh, not a fan of those being so close together. We can get another node between them, and then it should work reasonably well. So now we'll drop a small roundabout in the middle of that. Just literally the small roundabout that we're given from the beginning of the game. It doesn't really matter how we position it exactly. Matters, of course, is that we use one-way roads. We're actually going to have four-lane roads, four-lane two-way roads be our main connections in and out. And then coming, well, you know what, we'll just add water here right off the bat before we just flat out forget it. think that's going to work just fine. Obviously, we're going to want to connect it to the other residential area as well. I can anarchy that in. Yeah, exactly, and then I'll just knock those out completely. Yeah, so they're already actually quite well connected. That's good. That's very good. Yeah, it's not even worth it to put a road in there, I don't think. Just not enough space. Yeah, that looks somewhat nice, quite reasonable. And if we can put our services is our income. Whoa, how did our income go down that far? Is that just a result of not having the industry and the people and everything right now? That is... because our income is has completely tanked. Yeah, there's almost nothing going out anymore. People can't get to work or find work. So moving our industrial area may or may not have been a mistake. We'll see about that very, very soon. Did I not just build a fire or police station in here? Oh no, we wanted to, and then we saw our income was so low, exactly. But I think when we get this area up and running, we might be able to change that. Because from here, yeah, they can go straight over to here, and they have access to that and to that. Another residential area here would have the same effect. And then we can turn all of this into commercial, which is something we're actually getting demand for. So... oh, we need to extend that district as well then. Don't want commercial back in there. In fact, we don't want industry in there either. That can definitely stay as offices. And what I also wanted to do was build up the fish market, I remember now. Because I did pick up the more beautification mod, which is something I was sorely missing the last few days, so that we can put props back there. Obviously not with a brush size. No, we wanted to stick with landscaping. Did I really just put a gravel path on a gravel ground? That's super intelligent. It's always a good idea. So I think what I actually wanted to do was put some pavement back here. Maybe some loading docks. There, that's what we're looking for. No, actually we'll use the bicycle path, because the bicycle path has traffic markings on it.
Colossal Ore. We are the leading producer of minerals, ore, and natural resources.
How those traffic markings don't actually do us any good, do they?
No matter what our critics say, at
No, they don't.
we care about our employees as well as our customers, which is why we work so hard to get our miners back in the mines where they feel at home. Together, we can reunite minerals with the people who love them. Colossal Ore. More than ore.
Dinosaurs. The only restaurant with the servers are dinosaurs. Our animatronics
Oh,
are so
wait a
real,
sec, that's right.
You think a T-Rex is serving you T-bone. A pterodactyl is serving you teriyaki. That a brontosaurus is serving you chili dogs. Every dish is an archaeological find, like our stegogetti, our raptor burger Rex, or the pile of crumbled sticky brownies adventurously named the Dino Droppings. So, take a trek into the wild. At Dinosaurus, you can dine in or dine out.
This is deep. Welcome back to this channel.
So now we need to get back to the props. So these are the unsorted props. They're not going to get us anywhere. Ground tiles aren't going to get us anywhere. Lighting isn't going to get us anywhere. Residential? Probably not. We already have refuse bins back there, so... here, though. Do I have vehicles as props? No. Exotic wildlife spawn point. That's not quite what we're looking for now. Okay, I was hoping to like get some trucks back here. Just like put one like for example like loading here into the loading dock or something like that. But we did get that little road back in there, which is also not bad. At least trucks can now get to the loading dock, so there's that. And exactly, we were still working up here. Obviously, resize this a little bit. Basically, we're going to have one like on every outside finger and one in the center. Okay. That achievement for having education expenses is going to come real easily. And you get a high school as well. You have fire, you have police. Probably use at least a clinic. Oh yeah, that'll do just fine. That'll sort everybody. Maybe give them like a yoga garden out here somewhere. Community pool. Yeah, that actually costs quite a bit in upkeep. So let's not say we did. We'll give them a sauna. That'll work. And since they don't have anything in this corner, that's where we'll put our cemetery. And now this is basically ready for people to move in, I think. Let's hope. Because they're not going to take too much time doing it. Oh, we're getting upgrades as well in some other places. And with people moving in over there, we should be able to supply our industry with jobs. But yeah, now we're horribly hemorrhaging money. It's not really that bad, not that extreme. For example, we can cut quite a bit off our budget if we just decide, okay, we don't really need that much in the way of boats. Energy, we're probably way oversorted, and water, right? Yeah, water, we're so stupidly oversorted, we can probably run that down to 0. And energy, we're also stupidly oversorted, so... Yeah, and if just reducing the water budget will probably put us back to income positive. Seriously, people are having poop problems? Are those legitimate problems, or Yeah, those are legitimate problems, so we don't want to go down quite that far. Say 70% on power. You know what, we'll go with 70% on both. If we can hit 70. There are auto budget mods that take care of this for you, but nah, I don't see the point. So, and we are very, very easily income positive again. Everything's running just fine. We have citizens, we have water. Now the question is, how long is it going to take for us to get the workers we need to come over here? But yeah, we're earning 5,000 a week again, so everything's doing just fine. That was not actually a problem. These areas are not nearly as bad anymore, which makes sense considering that we took a lot of the traffic generating culprits, so to speak, in the form of industry just out completely. In fact, we can actually now start... Well, we'll leave those roads for the time being. Doesn't really make a difference for right now. We are getting some abandonment over here, though, which makes sense. Yeah, we've got 150 people a week moving back in. In fact, well, no, we won't evict them here quite yet. What's the story on pollution? That's traffic. Where's pollution? Where's pollution? Where's pollution? There's pollution. It's going down a little bit over here, where there's no industry anymore. But obviously those two landfills are still primary culprits. So what's the story on... Oh, we totally have the garbage processing status to... You know what, we'll just act... I think we need to get the achievement for filling landfills anyway, still. So we'll just actually just let those fill up. Okay, so then we want a second industrial area down here. And we want to expand our residential up into here. That's basically the plan for probably for the next episode, because I don't think we're really doing that great on time, are we? Oh, we got another 6 minutes. But 6 minutes is like nothing. And I think we'll tap into this train line soon as well. We're starting to get to the point where it would really kind of make sense to have one. But overall, these turbines seem to be working quite well, as do our weird roundabouts. Overall, that really seems to have helped significantly, as well as moving the industrial area over here, obviously. Now we just have to find people to actually work there. We may even turn this into a residential area. This could be really dangerous, what I'm about to do. Or it could be the best idea we've had in a while. Thinking of maybe connecting these two up directly. And we'll just draw a small... Oh, we can't actually elevate those. Okay, so then we'll draw a road we can elevate. Again, I don't know if that was a good idea. It probably wasn't, but we'll just plop it in there and see what happens. And what would, however, be a good idea is giving them direct access to this industrial area. That would be best served with a tunnel, though, I think. What we also need to do, though, then is draw in a district over here and apply a heavy traffic ban. Otherwise, we're going to get inundated with industry traffic over here so fast. Did I just pick up another? Oh, I accidentally started drawing a second district, but otherwise, yeah, that instantly started happening. That we got the industry traffic coming up here to come through. That took so few seconds to happen. Are you guys all stupid? Is that what's going on here? Or are you just missing lanes? And how much better it suddenly runs. Well, we are getting a lot of traffic, but we're not getting the trucks, so I guess there's that. Yeah, but that also seems to have solved our workers issue over here. And yeah, these lines aren't too bad. This one's a bit heavy because everybody's queuing up for it. Everybody that's not a truck, at least. Yeah, this connection is just too much. At least as a vehicle connection. It might work as a pedestrian tunnel. Went out a little bit too far.
What does it feel like to drive a cloud?
Yeah, and immediately people are using it like nuts. Perfect. Because it keeps the traffic from going nuts over here, but still allows people to get over.
Jubilee. Be reasonable or be fast.
And now that industrial area is filled up. Excellent. So we can
What's up, y'all? It's your host.
force even more
Coming back
industry
at you with the thought of the day.
out of their
Wherever you
traditional
are,
homes.
whatever you're doing, pause for a second and take in your surroundings. You can't stop to savor every moment, but if you're not careful, the days will slip past before you even realize. Gather yourself in this moment and let the feeling be sweeter still, along with the sounds of a deep focus channel.
And seeing as these are now commercial zones, we can also add crossroads in here more often. Because now that's not going to completely destroy our traffic flow. Yeah, this is coming along nicely, I think. Getting some traffic up here. Well, of course we are, that's industrial area. It's comparatively low, especially compared to earlier. In fact, we can add another. A few businesses in there. If we find the right buttons. Not going to be much in there, and not worth it. And now we're getting some heavier auto traffic coming over into that area. And that's probably primarily only as long as this is still industry. I think as soon as we've completely... Oh, oops. That was, of course, a total fail. We did want to keep this industrial area. Most of it. As well as the offices and everything that went with it. Completely forgot that we tore that out to put in the turbine last episode. Was that last episode or was that even this episode? I'm not even sure anymore. Yeah, now we have these little two twin... it's almost like two little industry lungs, so to speak. Oh, and we're a colossal city now. That means we get the cargo hub. So, our cargo harbor has to be destroyed. Yeah, we saw about that. Not really. And replace it with a cargo hub. Because that also gives us rail access. And it actually gives us a longer slip road as well. That said, we don't have any use for the rail access at this point in time, but that will change eventually. shipping processing offices like out here. As well as out in here. And that's right, while we're at it, we can actually add a fishery or two, because we actually don't have anybody catching actual fish. Yeah, people farming fish, but not catching them. Really? That's flooding? I think once we put this fishery in, we're actually going to probably going to wind up calling it quits for today. I think that route should be long enough. More than we hit 100%. We'll have to see when the first boats come out. No, I did want to follow him. That was kind of the plan. 26, 27, 32. I think this line length is going to be just about right. Get up to 80% or so, and then before they make set just before final curve, and then that last bit they just speed in. Perfect. So that's going to provide us with fish. Efficiency is 100%, 25 out of 26 workers. No commercial complaints, no industrial complaints. Traffic complaints we probably still have a ton of. Not even. Significantly improved. Might be worth making these sections into 4-lane roads as well. Or at least this section and this line down here. Because that appears to be the main drag through that residential area. That said, it doesn't appear to be gumming anything up, so... Because while they're slowing down a little bit, it's just because, yeah, they're having to get on the roundabout. Still, I think we can improve this significantly. Especially like in spots like this. But again, that is something that we'll have to wait for tomorrow. Because, yeah, we are once again a little bit over time. We don't have power up there, then we'll obviously pop up that budget a little bit more. We'll just go to 75% with everything. We'll go to 80. We don't even have to do it with... but does it really? Oh, yeah, it really does. Absolutely. So power, we're actually just going to go back to 100%. Because we may actually wind up building another solar updraft tower faster than we expected. But now power is definitely a non-issue, at least for the time being. Facility full, yeah, that was kind of the point. Oh, it's the cemetery that's full. That's excellent. Because now then I can empty this And since we don't have any crematories, that's going to speed up the other cemeteries filling up, which are over here. There's one over here that's really fresh. Do they have one of their own? I don't think they do, but I think they do. Actually, I have to look. We have 4 cemeteries total. Yeah, there's one in here that I missed. Well, that's excellent if the cemeteries are filling up. That's one achievement less that we're gonna have to work on getting. What we need to do, we need to ban traffic on the outside lanes of these as well, I think. Although it doesn't really seem to be that much of a problem. Yeah, it's just this huge flood of people. They're all coming through that tunnel, aren't they? Yeah, we could have put a cheat park in there and just be earning like a stupid ass ton of money, but yeah, no, we don't want to do cheat parks. I mean, because that's just a necessary walking path. Although, as many people as there are using it. Not in park area. Not even gonna let me do it quite that easily. So, but this is then going to be the last thing we do for today. I don't even want to know how much we're going to wind up making. Oh, Jesus. As far as visitors to the next... Oh, this little walking path is making us $7,000 a week. just this little walking path. $7,000 a week. Yeah, I have to love some of the mechanics here. Yeah, but then again, they're a little bit starved for walking paths in general, and this is the walking path that's closest to any industrial area, any place to work, and of course there's high density residential, so yeah, obviously they're gonna... It's especially since we have encouraged biking on. You can also see a lot of people taking their bikes. So yeah, now we have, however, really overstepped our 1 hour for today. So with that, I've been Zerb, you guys have been great, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Cheers!